Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. This reading today is about the unexpected. So, what are you not expecting that is coming right around the corner for you? I would also like to take a moment to be grateful to you all, everyone who has supported the channel with your likes, your shares, your comments, and your subscriptions. They mean a lot to me, and I'm very, very grateful for you. So, pile number one, we have the zodiac signs Sagittarius, Pisces, Taurus, and Virgo. And your card is this Tower card. On the second pile, we have Gemini, Cancer, Libra, and Aquarius. And your card is this one. On the third pile, we have Leo, Aries, Capricorn, and Scorpio. And this is your Tower card. I hope that it's focused. Okay. I will give you a moment for you to choose your pile using your chosen tarot card. They're all Tower cards, so choose your one. And you can also choose with your zodiac sign or just your intuition. So I will see you in your reading. Pile number one. Oh, sorry. I think that this card wants to come out, so I will just put it right there, waiting. So, pile number one, you chose this particular Tower card, and I will now put it back into the deck at random and see what comes out. But first, let's start with some oracle cards. This reading will have two parts. So first part is the unexpected event, and the second part is the advice. So let's start with some fairy cards. Okay. Now for some Kipper cards. They're fast today. And, oh, do we have some more? Yeah. Okay, let's start with these and see what else comes out. Okay. So first part, Fairy Godmother. Beautiful card. I love it. And Lady of the Harvest. How beautiful are they? I want to show off these cards because they're so inspiring to me. Look at those. Beautiful. Okay, so this is the first part of the reading. I will put it like in a row. Okay. Gloomy thoughts. Receiving a gift. This has to do with the harvesting. And also, Fairy Godmother is also known for leaving gifts and protection. Pleasant letter. So I think you'll receive something like an unexpected gift or something through the mail, a message or an object. I believe it's going to be an object, and it may come with a letter. The Princess of Swords. It's coming in very quickly. It's something that's happening in the next, few hours or days or day. Okay, so We have choice. Mars in Libra. And discrimination with Mercury in Virgo. I think that this has to do with some sort of like seed that you have planted before, with the harvest and the discrimination here. So there was something that was chosen. Possibly this is also something that was chosen for you. Like the best way to do something. There's some sort of intervention from someone. Course correcting something maybe. I feel like it's a feminine energy because of the fairy godmother, lady of the harvest. There's this feminine energy kind of protecting you and getting you what you deserve in a good sense. There's something that you might consider like a lost cause maybe, or something that makes you kind of sad and melancholic. But this reading, I think it's coming to you so that you're aware that someone is working to protect your interests and to defend you. Okay, the Magician. Yeah, I think it's someone who has a lot of power, has a lot of influence. Prince of Swords or the King of Swords. Yeah, I think it's someone who has a lot of knowledge and wisdom and can also control the situation. So they have the knowledge, the wisdom, and also the power to change the course of things. And I think that you're not aware of that, and it's going to come into your life like a gift, and with also something written like here you go, what you have asked for, or what you have worked for and you thought you weren't getting. What a beautiful unexpected. It's more so this is an unexpected gift. The Prince of Pentacles or Discs. Yeah, something. It's a seed that you've planted long ago. The Hierophant. So here's the masculine energy also. There's a lot of masculine energy in the tarot and a lot of feminine energy in the oracles. So possibly someone is directing you to another step of the way, and the next step is about a masculine that has the power to develop the situation into something more powerful, to grow it. Eight of Wands. And it's going to grow very quickly. Two of Swords. You know, let me just confirm this. The Empress. Yeah. I think that it's I think that this is about growth, but it's also about having a protection from this motherly figure or this feminine energy that enables you to have faith, almost like blind faith in something. And maybe this is also unexpected to you, like you were expecting to have to be very suspicious or very careful, but suddenly you realize that it's quite a comfortable situation and it's unexpected to be that comfortable. which is great. There can also be another story here that doesn't mean the other isn't true also for you. It might be another layer, or just something for some of you, another group of you. And it is the fact that maybe you have to make a choice and you weren't expecting this choice to be presented to you right now. It's kind of like, do I have to decide right now? Do I have to make this choice now? And I think that you have a little bit of time, but not too much, and you have to be very quick if you want to consult like an expert or to know more about the situation that you have to make a decision about. But I think that whatever happens, this reading is telling you that you will be unexpectedly comfortable, unexpectedly kind of cradled and protected. It will feel really good, but it's kind of strange at the same time. Okay, so what is the advice here? We have death, change, letting go. The retriever, the retriever. And the friends. I think you can count on friends. This is the advice, like count on friends, get support, get something back also. Don't think that you have lost it. Get something back. I think you're owed something also, and that you should kind of reinforce the friendships that make you feel like that is possible. I'm not sure what this means, but let's see. Okay. Wow, Saturn and Capricorn with riches. This is Fortuna. So this is really lucky, like being fortunate. Secrets with Venus in Scorpio. I'm feeling like you have more friends than you think. Like you have more. You could make the best out of this choice that you have to make, or of this change that comes from this gift. It's like the gift of choice, maybe. Like you have more choice than you think, or that you have more friends than you think. You can. There's a resource here that's untapped, and I think it's people. It's a group of people, or it's a specific person that's really, really helpful and resourceful. And why is this secrets? The Knight of Wands. The Moon. The secrets. Ooh, Two of Cups. Just give me a little, just a moment. I feel like someone will confess something to you that is really sweet. It might be love, or just something that strengthens your connection, and creates this bond of friendship and sweetness. And I think that this advice part is telling you to be like to change your attitude towards someone so that you're more available to them, and that you have, because you'll find something precious there. There's a friend, a connection that's really supporting you, and this person has a whole a lot of resources, or just a whole like a lot of connections that can also nurture you tremendously. So I think that this whole reading is a lot about relationships and connections and friendships, but also the development of creative endeavors that need like human resources, like specific expertise and specific knowledge. And you will have the like the unexpected blessing of having the access to those people. And I think it's just a pleasant surprise. This is unexpected, but it's something that will change your mood from this gloomy kind of I wouldn't say hopeless, but like not really seeing the future clearly, because with all the dark clouds, something was kind of murky, or foggy in your view, and something comes up from this group of people, or from this person, that is like an offering of kindness, and like extending the hand in friendship. But it's also something that will surprise you, and giving more thought and more time to listen to a specific person. And I think that it's maybe someone you're not really considering, or that you think, oh, this person doesn't really have the time for me. I shouldn't bother them. And I think you'll be surprised, because it's quite the reverse. They really enjoy your company, and the loving energy of the fairy godmother is really trying to push you into embracing this gift. And I think that maybe you're not really seeing it, and the reason for that might be that you are just really not expecting this. And because it's not in your line of sight, because it's cloudy, you have to act more on faith. And because there's this shroud covering your sight, and also covering some of the emotional nurture that needs to get to you, and you need like more time to receive the gift, let's say. Beautiful reading. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 2. This is your Tower card, and I will now put it back into the deck, and let's shuffle it a bit. And whoa, the cards are quite crazy today. They want to just jump, so there's an excitement in the air, I guess. Okay, so I will start with the unexpected part, and then for some advice. So first part of the reading, let's get some fairy cards for pile number 2. Do we have anything more? I don't think so. Quite a different feeling from the cards. Okay. And yeah. Okay, so oh, beautiful. One of my favorites, the fairy who was kissed by the pixies. It's all about love and being loved, receiving love. Such a blessing. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, this also came out in pile number 1, and it was the first card from the Kipper, so interesting. Gloomy thoughts. Rich, good gentleman. Good gentleman. And great happiness. Wow. Okay, so unexpectedly going from gloomy thoughts to great happiness. That's fantastic. Okay. Risk with Saturn in Aries. Decision with Mars in Gemini. Playing chess. That's interesting, right? They're both playing chess here. I get the decision here because you have the horse here that's defending the queen. Let's see the chess game here. It's harder to make out what is happening in this chess game because of the perspective. But this game seems to be more advanced than this one. Yeah. Okay, Moon in Sagittarius with optimism. Great. So maybe you took a risk, you took a risky decision, and or maybe you will have to make a decision, like a risky decision. And I think you're not expecting that the game is more advanced than you think. Like you think you're like behind, you're delayed maybe in something, but actually you're not. And the possibility for success is becoming bigger. The probability of success is becoming bigger, because whenever I see chess, it's like the more you play the game, the probabilities start to change, right? As you play the game. And I think that someone here has that understanding. And this is the person, the good gentleman. And I think that this person really likes you, really loves you also, because we have the fairy who was kissed by the pixies. So this is, and I don't feel like this is kind of general feeling, love, a general, like a generalized feeling, or a broad way of saying that someone loves you. It's a very specific, very targeted love. Someone has a lot of love for you or what you're doing. Okay. Whoops. Let's see what the tarot. Whoa. This is really crazy. The cards are dancing. Okay, let's see. Seven of Cups. Judgment. King of Cups. I think this is this person. The cards have this weird proportion that sometimes is kind of hard to fit. Knight of Cups. I feel like someone is choosing you. And that's unexpected. So maybe you can be like winning a contest, earning a prize. Like you played your game right. You played your game right. You risked the right thing. And it was scary. It was like jumping off a cliff. It was this feeling of jumping into the ocean and not really knowing what would happen. But, and it was also something that I feel like scared you in your heart, not just the action. It's like falling, like the risk of falling in love, like the risk of falling. And maybe you didn't know what was going to happen, but that person chose you. I'm trying to see if there's anything else, but I really feel like this is the gist of it is that you have earned someone's attention, you have earned a prize, you have earned a position or something that is highly valued, and someone is making a decision and choosing you for a various number of reasons, for many reasons. And I think that they think that your strategy is the right strategy, or you played the game right. If it's a more romantic thing, it's like you did the right moves. You were very disciplined and correct. And I think that this person has a lot of faith in you, is betting on you. Like I'm betting on this person. Okay. No, okay, so first, let's get the advice. Yeah. It's such a positive, unexpected event, so what kind of advice would come from this? So interesting. Okay. And yeah, what is the advice here? Do we have any more? Oh, yes, we do. Oh, these are too many, but let's see. Okay, so, oh, the friends. Interesting. Pleasant letter. And sad news. That's kind of a paradox, right? Okay. So, choice. I do think that there's some similarities to pile number one here. So maybe something is connected. Maybe you are involved somehow, but it's a different story. So it's a different person, but it's like this. Some of the stories match a little bit. And I shuffled the cards, so okay. So what these cards want to say: lust with Venus in Aries. Resistance with Mercury in Taurus. And exaltation with the moon in Taurus. Okay. Nine of Wands. The Three of Wands. And the Knight of Pentacles. So, okay, I think I get it now. I think that you have to keep on going. That's the advice here. So possibly there are a few drawbacks or a few setbacks that you have been facing, and I don't think they're that serious. I think that this advice part here is telling you to not give up, be diligent, be patient, and understand that there's certain things that need to happen, and you're still going to face some resistance. You're possibly always going to face a little bit of resistance. I think that possibly you're doing something that has, like, it's not that there's a lot of competition, but there's something that there's this strength. How do I say this? There's a lot of power in the void. So let's see. It's like the void. So what you are not doing, what the things that are not what you're doing, everything else has a certain power, has a certain weight. And it's not that it's too full, it's just that it kind of sucks the energy. It can also suck people's energy. So you might be doing something like on YouTube or on social media, and there's other things that are sucking people's attention, and you have to continue. So I think that you are doing that already, if that's your case. If this is just something like a business, just be mindful that it takes time. You have to be diligent, you have to continue. That's the advice. But the unexpected part, I think, will be the best part, because it's really telling you that you're playing your game right, and you are going to get what you want, because it's like someone is choosing you. Someone is choosing you. I think that someone is choosing to be like a protector, a godfather, a guide, a teacher. And it's someone who specifically picks you. And this is the person that will also open the doors, open the windows, open, the possibilities for you. You made the right decision. You took the right risk. And now you just have to keep on at it. Keep on working on it. Be diligent, be patient, be persevere, and have a lot of strength of will and strength of character, because the results are coming in, although they might not be exactly, it's not exactly as good as you think. They're actually going to be better, but maybe there's a little bit of resistance. Maybe it's a matter of timing. And I don't even think that there's any delay. It's just that things have their own timing, and maybe you're kind of frustrated with something else, and you're kind of taking it on this part of your life. I think that something is kind of painting a picture for you that is not as bad. Things are not as bad as this picture that someone or you have painted about a situation. It's not as bad. And yeah, the nice unexpected surprise that you're getting is that someone is picking you to be their kind of apprentice, or to be the recipient of something precious, like an honor or a prize or some sort of abundance, maybe even like just the legacy or the good reputation. Because there's love from others. I feel like there's receiving love from the audience. That's how I feel here. So receiving love for the audience, that's the unexpected part. And I think that they're connecting with you, the audience or the clients. If you are offering a service or a product, there are connections being made, and people will possibly be like loyal to you, but you have to maintain a very strict code, like of, work ethics or a method or a quality standard. You have to be like the gatekeeper, to keep that strong foundation and that strong connection. People are expecting a lot from you. That's also how I feel. Like once this happens, this person gets in your life and kind of has that stamp of approval on your work, people are going to have very high expectations of you, and the potential for success, like artistic or creative, business, whatever, is really big, and that requires very strong boundaries and very strong code, so that you don't it's not so that you don't fail. It's more that you kind of stand your ground in the storm. So whenever everybody else is kind of like flaky, like if everybody else doesn't have a very high standard, you will stand out as the person who has that high standard. So it's not that you will fail if you don't have that high standard. It's just that if you do have that standard, you will stand out, and you will be amongst, the chosen for very special projects, for very, very special paths, let's say, circles of people. So playing your game right. You already did play something very well. You did something very, very risky, but it was correct. The probabilities were against you, I think, with the risk, but you did the right thing. And someone is understanding the genius in that. Interesting. Beautiful reading. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 3, your card is this Tower card here with Poseidon. So it's like the sea is taking over the Tower also, which is interesting. The emotions. Okay, I will put the Tower in the deck and shuffle it a little bit. So first we'll start with some, first the fairy cards. Let's see. So for the first part of the reading, we'll have the unexpected event, and then we'll get some advice for the second part. So let's start with the event. Okay, some Kipper cards. So what do we have for the unexpected? Oh, okay. So we have the feline. And the piper. Okay, like this. Short illness. Good gentleman. And receiving a gift. That's nice. So the feline, it sounds like feline, and you also have the 3 cats here. They're kind of funny looking, but one of them is looking at you also, like the feline. Someone looks at you, and they have this disapproving look. The feline is about unfinished business, like reminding you that you have to do something about a situation, that you can't let it go. Loss with Saturn in Pisces. Charity with Saturn in Cancer. It's a lot of Saturn. It's like hitting a milestone or a limit. That's what I'm feeling. Like the threshold. Quarrel with Mars in Cancer. Interesting. The Piper is about solving situations that might be kind of sensitive, with a lot of empathy and negotiation and diplomacy. But then you have the quarrel here. So maybe there's this unexpected clash that has to do with something with a material possession, I think. And I feel like there are 2 sides of this clash. There's a part of the energy coming towards you that has a protective, loving feel to it. And there's another energy who's kind of wanting to confront you, to look you in the eye, or There's a lot of like this kind of look. It's the same look on this cat here, like looking at you, like I'm watching you, I'm seeing you, like not looking away. But then you have the piper with the good gentleman here. I feel like there's this really soft energy kind of protecting you, and it's weird. It's kind of paradoxical, but let's see what the tarot has to say about this. I think I'll put this card here. And yeah, like this. Okay. Oh, Justice. Queen of Pentacles. Six of Cups. And the Eight of Cups. Just one more. Two of Wands. I think you'll have to match two very opposing energies, two very different energies. And I think that you're going through a transition, unexpectedly going through a transition into another period, another there's a lot of like phases that I'm seeing. It's not just layers. It's more like first this happens, then this happened, then this happened, and there's this chain. Okay, so the first thing that I see here is someone faces you, and there's this kind of reckoning, face to face. And I think that this is about a possession, some sort of agreement about a possession, or it's like a matter, something that has to do with legal or real estate or property, material possessions. That's how I feel. It can also be a business. It can also be business. And I think that you are going to unexpectedly you're going to make an unexpected choice. But it doesn't I don't think that you're going to lose anything. You're just getting more, which is interesting. And there's some convincing here. There's something about convincing someone, or someone convinces you. And there's also another part of this story that's about a certain distance. Keeping a certain distance. I think you're also like moving on and going on a new adventure. You're taking something with you. You see this woman here living with the children. I think that you're taking something like some sort of a gift or a blessing or some sort of like a blessing from someone, like a good reference, a good reputation. You're taking it with you, some kind of protection, but you're going on a new adventure. And I think that it's there will be a few surprises there for you. I think that also in this new adventure, you will be more exposed. There is a certain attention that you will get, a certain kind of attention, a certain kind of protagonism. So maybe you'll be leading something in this new adventure, in this new endeavor. I have this feeling of like starting your own business, but let's see what the advice has to say so that I can get a more complete picture of why is this unexpected? It doesn't seem like such a big surprise. So I'm trying to understand where is the surprise here? What is the surprise? Okay. So let's see. What is the advice here? Okay. Let's start with the fairies. We have Los Guna. And Spirit Dancer. Oh. So once again with the spirit, like adventurous spirit with Los Guna here. And I just realized I have to cover this, so sorry. I always forget this. Okay, so the spirit of adventure and Spirit Dancer. So keeping that spontaneity, that a little bit of playfulness, but especially authenticity in your expression. I think that maybe what will surprise you is that you're being led into a new adventure. And you didn't realize that it was going to be an adventure until you get there. Unexpected money. Maybe the offer, there will be a very charitable offer. And I think that you will be earning more than you thought you would. And court. Court to me here is a lot like the Spirit Dancer. There's this dance, there's this protocol, this yeah, and there's the lion here also. So you have that protection, you have that the animal spirits protecting you. The animal spirits are also animating you. So being enchanting people in a way, being enchanting, being seductive, is appealing. Discrimination with Venus in Virgo. And finally, we have Mars in Aries with impulsiveness. That's interesting. This is it. I think that the advice here is to be kind of to be authentic without revealing everything at once, following a certain kind of protocol and following a certain order of things, while being nice, while being enchanting, while being authentic, spontaneous. Because I think that maybe you are going to encounter treasure somehow, and I think that you will need some time to explore how to tap into that wealth and how to earn a position there in that court, let's say, how to kind of cement your connection to that court, to that group of people that might have something that is very useful for you, or that might have access to wealth that is that you will receive easily if you are forthcoming, honest, and if you are also authentic. Like, it's important to be very clear right from the beginning, to have your intentions quite clear, but also to give yourself time to consider certain details. There's an elegance here that you need a certain elegance, a certain protocol, to follow a certain protocol. It's almost as if you were dealing with people who are used to a certain kind of treatment, almost like a royalty, or like, businessmen, like CEOs, or people in politics. If you are used to a more casual, simple day-to-day, conversations, it might seem a little bit overwhelming to suddenly have to follow a certain protocol. But I think that it will come very easily to you if you're kind of spontaneous and authentic about it, if you don't try to do something out of character for you, or that looks fake, or that looks kind of awkward. If you're just, okay, I am myself, I am what I am, and I have this to present, I have this skill, or this specific service or offering, or my presence, and this is who I am. And I think that you will find that people can be enchanted by that spontaneity. If you're more truthful, if you're more authentic, and not assuming certain things about yourself or others before you engage. Okay, more advice. Death. So a change. Prepare for change. The Hermit. I really think like this is an adventure that can make you feel a little bit isolated, like you're going out on a limb. You're risking things alone, or you're in the spotlight, and you're kind of like on stage, like, okay, dance, and people, yeah, it's kind of, there's a certain pressure, like people are looking at you, but it's more like the inner critic that is possibly creating more pressure than the people looking, I think. King of Pentacles. I think that you will have to be the authority. I think you will. This is telling me to kind of own your territory, to take charge of your territory. So this is the advice. Take charge of your place, even if it makes you kind of lonely in a way, or if it sets you apart, because you are the guiding light. You are the one that leads. You are the one who opens, who opens the doors for others to go through. So you are just realizing how to manage your territory. That's how I'm feeling this here. And maybe because you are exploring new territory also, and it can be a little bit daunting because you have to be, have that force that propels you forward, but at the same time, you have to manage certain protocols while you are doing that exploration, because as you are going on that adventure, you are going to find different groups of people with different cultures and different ways of doing things, even if it's just like companies, um, groups of friends, or different cultures. You are going to have to manage all of these, and you're going to own your territory for sure. So this is also, I think, an advice to be independent, to not be afraid of being independent. If you follow certain rules, and if you have the blessings and the protection of the lion, of the good gentleman who is kind of giving his blessing to what you are doing, and understanding that you're doing things um, with a good spirit, with an authentic spirit. I think that this reading, this unexpected that's happening for you, it's it's, it's trying to kind of soften the experience, if you know a little bit more about what's happening, to kind of soften or help you understand the experience, the psychological um, questions that come up while you are going on this adventure, so that you are more diplomatic, so that you're more like smooth, and you are not so rough and not so blunt. And also, as a way for you to kind of negotiate with your inner critic, like stand your ground also in yourself, for so have that space, have that authority in yourself, in your own psyche, to take charge of your psyche, so that you are also able to be spontaneous and to feel good about what's happening, to not just push forward a bit mindlessly, to just be very impulsive. So, yeah, being impulsive and being like wanting to kind of rush through things without considering all these, different cultures, different ways of doing things, negotiating with other people, having also the time and space to um, nurture these connections and these relationships that I think are incredibly useful for you right now. Because with the court here, how you manage diplomatically and intelligently, have a sophistication about your way of dealing with people, different people that come from different backgrounds, that have different gifts for you. I think this kind there's this incredible blessing that I think comes from nurturing this network, and this reading is coming to you so that you understand that sometimes you'll be quite alone in what you are doing, but it's important to stand your ground and protect your territory and own, that space for yourself, and then have that network that you can. There's an enchantment here. People enchant you, and you also enchant people, and there's this um, reciprocity. But I'm feeling like I want to know a little bit more about the unexpected, because I feel like this is it's not so much there's no shock here. There's no like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting this. What is the real unexpected part of this? Why is it unexpected? Is it the confrontation? The moving on? The Knight of Cups. Here were the Justice and the Six of Cups. So maybe you weren't expecting to feel certain kind of emotions. Something reminds you of the past. Something comes up from the subconscious. It's kind of an unfinished business. I think now I just opened like a new layer of the reading that needs to be explored. But what is it about? Four of Swords. And the Ace of Pentacles. What is this short illness here? The Emperor. So I think that the unexpected, there are two things that can happen here. So maybe this unexpected thing that I'm referring to is a little bit softer here, and I really can't feel like that boost of adrenaline, of feeling like something shakes you, because this is about an unexpected event that happened in the past. It's not something that, so this reading is coming to you to clarify something about this specific event in the past that surprised you, that caught you off guard. And I think that this event has to do with either your boss or with your father. And sometimes father figures can also overlap with bosses and people in authority. I feel like this can be a masculine because you also have the good gentleman here. So having the approval of a masculine or a father figure or someone in a position of authority that needs to give their approval. And I think that kind of crushed your hopes a little bit for things to be in a certain way, or just made you stop and think. It made you stop and reconsider something, maybe. Or it just reminded you of something from the past, and you were kind of feeling it's like that you might have to stop what you're doing somehow. Not change, just stop, which is strange. Oh, so I think that maybe this scare made you go into a kind of a fight or flight mode, and maybe you kind of froze. I feel like I'm frozen. Like this person looks at me in a certain way or says a certain thing, and there's this energy that comes up that's either I fight this or I just freeze. It's kind of scary. But I don't think that this is like that anymore. So maybe you had, and I'm very sorry if this is what happened to you, maybe you had some like tough moments in childhood when you were afraid of the masculine figure or of a very aggressive character in your life, and something happened that triggered the memory of that, and the response was kind of to stop you. But now I think you should understand that what happened triggered that in you, but it didn't, it's not connected at all. It's something that's in your psyche, because I think that this person actually protects you and likes you a lot and wants to give their blessings. But the thing is, it's like they kind of have a lot of power. And maybe that's scary. Maybe that's kind of overwhelming. And it made you aware that maybe you have to own more of that power for yourself. You have to hold that power, hold more of that power for yourself, so that you don't feel so helpless when you have certain kind of conversations or certain kind of criticism coming from people that they have too much, on their hands. They have too much, sorry, not, that's not what I wanted to say. They have too much power on their hands, and they can do things that affect you, and maybe they shouldn't affect you so much. So if you go on an adventure, and if you decide to explore more of your life, of your options, I feel like you will understand that there's a whole bunch of people and there's a whole bunch of opportunities that are waiting for you if you are discriminating, and you understand how to deal and how to collaborate with certain protocol, a certain sophistication. And you will also lead, and it will give you the opportunity to kind of own some of that power and establish your own territory, so that you are not so vulnerable, especially emotionally. Because I think that although I feel like this has something to do with your work, or with like an environment that is possibly even competitive in a way, so it feels like a professional thing, but it triggers very strong emotions, and it can freeze you into not being spontaneous and being kind of stuck in your, you know, even your body kind of freezes. So yeah, I hope this was clear. It was kind of a roller coaster for me, because it was I think more inaccessible. Like the clues were kind of inaccessible, because maybe I think that this situation is it triggers a lot of things. It's like one very simple, very small event triggers a lot of, it's like Christmas lights. It lights all of the Christmas lights, and it's hard to pinpoint the one that makes all the difference in the tree, because you can't see the chain. But once you pull the chain, and you pull, and you understand, okay, this one is the one that sparks this event, this chain of events, this chain of not events, but more feelings. So it was quite interesting, quite the puzzle, this reading. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.